Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a real quick video talking about the OKnife Splint and this claw from OKnife. Sorry, they're both OKnife. Jesus. So we have the OKnife Splint Special Edition and the OKnife, I think it's called the Claw or the Coin Claw. They sent me these actually on accident. I was supposed to get the Drever and the Parrot, and they sent me these. They sent me an email, and they were like, hey, would you like to check any of this stuff out? We have a sale coming up. And I said, yeah, I'd like to check these two out. I'm not into these two. And then they sent me the two I said I wasn't into. So that's where we're at. Let's talk about the Splint real quick. This is not objectively a bad knife. It's actually pretty good. I just personally am not in love with the design. I don't know what it is. I just don't like Persian-y blades. I don't like the goofy nature of the triple deployment. I do not love the blade steel. It's N690, which is my least favorite steel. But I do have to say, overall, it's actually a pretty good knife, right? Like, it does knife things really well. I did ask them, why did you do a special edition in orange in August? Because, you know, Halloween's in October. They said they plan on doing one in October, but I don't know. So anyway, I believe these are made by Kaiser. I find it odd that the pivot is blue. I think they should have went to black, like the hardware would look a little bit better, be a better look there. The flipper tab is actually very functional. All right, so real quick, aesthetics, not my bag at all. Don't like the blade, don't like the deployment options, don't like the orange with the blue. Yeah, just not my thing. I'm not a big G10 guy, hate N690, so there's that. Ergonomically, it is okay. It's kind of small. You do have this sort of choil, but it's not really a choil, so I can't give them credit for that. It's just a little bit tight for me. You know, I have a large glove size hand, and I just feel squeezed in. And here, I feel a little bit like I'm going to cut myself. So I'm just not in love with the ergonomics. Pinch grip is pretty good. You know, the ergonomics of action and stuff are actually pretty fine. But we'll get into that. Cutting, man, I got to be honest with you guys. I didn't cut anything with this. I think I cut something in the unboxing, and that was it. I mean, it's N690. It's relatively thin stock. It's got a flat grind. Comes down to a relatively thin edge. Kaiser did a good job. That's about as far as I can go with that. The plunge grind looks good. It's a Persian blade. So, you know, I can tell you I won't enjoy using the tip because I want to get down to the tip. I got to be up here to use this tip. It's why I didn't want to, you know, I didn't really want anything to do with this model, because I just don't like Persian blades. So, you know, that's as much as I can speak to cutting on this. So take that as you will. The carry, it has a deep carry clip. It's very sad that a knife in this budget does not have a reversible clip. But the clip is actually functional. They did not seat it into the scale, but it does work pretty well. It did not get caught when I carried it the once or twice I carried it. The screws are seated, so that's good. But it's not a bad clip, you know. It's got good retention. It works well. No big deal there. I just wish it was left hand friendly. You do have this sort of pecker coming out over here, but it didn't actually cause problems. I carried it in my back left pocket. And the weight's not horrible or anything. It's fine. It's, you know, it's probably like 4 ounces, which, you know, for the size, maybe it's not great, but 4 ounces is fine for me. Sounds. They're good. Sounds are good on a knife in this budget, in these materials, in a liner lock. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Action / fidget factor. So, this is where it gets redeemed a little bit. Kaiser just kills the detents. They got it. I mean, flipper tab has great jimping all the way around. You just can't miss on this thing. I mean, you cannot miss. You can light switch it, right? And then you can also give it the, well, yeah. Well, I guess it's still a light switch. I'm kind of giving it the drag push. The drag push? The push switch? So let's just say light switch, because as I try to push button it, it's not working. So the push switch works, though. You can reverse flick it. real easy. D10's money on that. You obviously have a thumb flick, fires out of there. Then you have the top flipper that I am not a fan of. So you'll see the jimping is actually really good on it, but the detent being dialed for the flipper tab, it's just a little strong, and I've slid over it a few times too many. I learned that you want to get it at the end, like the top. Okay. And pop it like that. If you go back too far, did I say the top? I meant the front. If you go back too far, you tend to slip off of it. So if you go to the front, you'll get a good grip on it. But the detent's just a little bit tight for that. I would have stuck to, honestly, if it were me, I would have got rid of the front flipper and the regular flipper. I would have went just a hole. And this thing would freaking be amazing with just that hole. I still wouldn't love the Persian blade, but, you know, you'd probably have a better grip area. I don't know. So, just saying, the flipper's okay, and the hole is good. But the top flipper just kind of isn't necessary. But people who want all these deployment methods, you know, sure, you're going to get it, right? The closing action is good. Drops, shakedown. I mean, Kaiser's got it in the bag, guys, you know. So overall, it's not a bad knife or anything. And I'm sure it's like 70 bucks, maybe a little less or more. It's in that ballpark. Comes with a coin and stuff. You know, it's cool. It's cool. It's just not for me, right? It's built well. You got a liner lock with G10 on top. They're not nested liners, which is kind of sad, and there is some milling in there. So they're doing all the budgety stuff. But I've handled the titanium version, and I don't like that version at all. This is definitely better than that because you don't have the frame lock to contend with. So that is the OKnife Splint that I wasn't supposed to review, but there you go. Then we have this coin claw, guys, and I gotta be honest. Obviously, I'm not a fan of this thing. It's just kind of gimmicky, but it actually does its thing pretty well that it's supposed to do. So it does come with beads and such, so you can take a lanyard out. Come on. You could take a lanyard out, and then you can put a bead on it. I think it came with, like, it's weird. So it came with a blue bead, which is cool, but then a green lanyard. Like, I don't know what there's... I don't know. So anyway, I don't know if this is titanium, but I know this one is. So maybe they're both titanium. One's blue and one's raw. This one they sent extra. I don't think it comes with it. I think it comes with the lanyard and the blue one. But anyway, you can make a lanyard, and then you can put a bead on it, and then you have a necklace, right? Or you can put it on your keychain. You can do whatever you want, right? And then it's actually a button lock, and you push this button in the center, and then it kind of like leaks out if you do it this way. And then you can grab it with your nail. See the nail nick? Grab it with your nail, and you can open it, and then you have the coin claw. And then you can hold it like this, and you can do coin claw-y things. You can open packages, and you know, that's not terrible. I wonder if it's a Serge Panchenko design, just because it looks like a Serge Panchenko thing. I don't know. But the cool thing about it is you can do the flip move. So you do have this button lock, right? So what you can do is just whip it out, and then you can whip it close. So you can whip it real good. So it does have some fidget factor to it. You don't have to use that nail nick necessarily. It is in D2 steel, which is whatever. It's a freaking coin claw. I don't know. There's some information. NightClaw, my bad. Jeez. It works really well left-handed for me because you get good pressure on the button with your index finger, and then you whip it out, whip it down, whip it out, whip it down, whip it out, whip it in. I'm sure if you're right-handed, you probably get the same moves down. There you go. So, you know, it is what it is. It's gimmicky and everything, but at the same time, it's kind of unique and cool, and it is a plunge lock design. I mean, they do have a button lock going here. So that part's kind of interesting, right? Now, I don't know the price on this. So if this thing is any more than $30, I would just stay away hardcore. Don't even, just hard pass it. But if this is like $25 or something and you want to just have it around the house, or maybe it's something to get a spouse or somebody into knives, like this wouldn't be the worst thing for somebody to just have in their bag, or I don't know, just have on something. I'm trying to come up with stuff here. But if it's got any more than like $30 in it, I would just, I would pass. It's obviously a gimmick. So there you go. That's the NightClaw and the OKnife Splint. Unexpected, of course, but I will at least do the video, I guess. I feel like I owe them that. Not my favorite things in the world, but worth showing off. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think down below. I appreciate all of your feedback. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. I love you all, and I will catch you later.